So speaking of Drag Race, had you applied to go on any of the previous seasons?
I was I was asked to apply like for season 1 and I didn't because I just didn't feel like it was ready for me at that point, and also season 2 as well. I've never until season 3 when I split up with someone around November, and I was like, I need something to take my mind off this, and literally, and I was like, and I sent in an application, and then I got the self-tape requirements, and I was like, wow, this is gonna take a week. So I'd already been putting it off until, and then accidentally split up with someone like the week of when the casting tape was due. So I was like, well, I'm gonna do this for me. I need something to take my mind off it. And and yeah, auditioned for season 3, and the tea. Oh God, can I even talk about this? I think so. It's been a year since season 3. I was cast as an alternate for season 3, and I there wasn't never a question really about going on cast unless someone got COVID. So I prepared for that. And then it was okay. Obviously, no one got ill, and it was all good. And so then, yeah, I was like, okay, I think I need to do season 4, even though like the casting tape process is such a long thing to do. It's like producing the whole show by yourself in like a space of a week. And but yeah, auditioned for season 4, and then they were like, okay, this is your time. So I was like, yay! I was really pleased. It was a long journey.
No, it's a huge undertaking from what I've heard. The tape and all the rest of it. It's a massive undertaking to do that. So interesting to hear that you were an alternate for season 3. I did wonder because I imagine that probably happens to quite a few queens that they're alternate.
I've never really heard about it, and I think actually like I don't even know how much I have to talk about it. But I mean, it's been a year since season 3. But like yeah, I think around that time, because everyone for any project, so there's loads of projects that I was approached to sort of look at where there would be alternates because of COVID. Like there were so many running factors in productions where like if someone pulls out, then the whole production goes. Like there was so many things happening around that time. There was shoots that I was penciled for that were like someone the heroes got poorly, we can't do it anymore. So there were so many things. I think that one specifically was like a very challenging um, time to do anything for season 3 cast. So yeah, I did do I did prepare for that too. But yeah.
So does that mean for season 3, did you get all the outfits ready as well then for every single? Oh wow! So all the money you must have spent doing that as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think I mean for me, like it was around that time there wasn't very much you could do. That you can't leave your house. You can't get public transport. There wasn't very, and so for me, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take this time and try and do it, most of the stuff myself. And because there's not really much else I could do, like there's nothing else going on, and I was like, I can really throw myself at this. And but yeah, it was really difficult. It was uh basically they when I got the call, it wasn't like they hadn't said you might be in the. It literally was like, would you consider being an alternate for us? And I was like, I don't know if I don't know. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, yeah, what I've got to lose is that like I can make some stuff, but it turned out that trying to make loads of stuff in a short space of time is really stressful. and, like, and I hadn't done it before, like so I was like, this is wild. So yeah, it was really tough. But what they had said was that um we think that like your personality can like fit with anyone, so like you'd be great, but we do have a cast already set. And then I think it was then this year when they were like, this is your year, like if you like you should audition. And I was like, okay. Then it was sort of worth it, like because it was a long process in the end. It's been like 2 years. So yeah.
Well, obviously, we're glad that you did get on. And so when you for season 4, I assume you then got told you were not an alternate, you were definitely on the cast. Um, so then I guess you had to get ready again, which maybe you'd already had some practice doing that for season 3, but you had to get obviously all the outfits ready and everything. Do you make your outfits or did you get designers to do it?
Both. Like so um I mean, from the experience of the first time, I was like, I'm not gonna make everything. I was like, literally, like, I think the way that I create is like an artist where like you try and experiment with things and you improve on it and you develop the idea. And it's like proper R&D per outfit. And there's at least 10 runways where there's, or, do you know, there's maybe let's say there's 10 to 20 looks that you need to create. In that time that I got to prepare, I was like, I don't think I can do that whole like R&D phase per outfit for 10 to 20 looks. So I did outsource help and like try and get people to help me make things. I got my sister on board as well. Like and with each designer, like I approached people who fit the concept that I had. So I spent loads of time like creating the concepts, like researching that. That was the main bulk of time really, because I was like, I want to get my statements right and my messages from my runways, because every runway for me is an artwork. It's a message from my heart to the audience, so it has to like represent me in the best way. So I spent loads of time figuring out the right things, like for the keeping it 100 for the BBC, like what represents me from BBC, all that type of stuff, like all the different thought patterns. And so once I had that, I approached the right people for each job, and I was like, "Can you help me? This is my idea. This is how I want it to look." And then, yeah, with different designers, we did different methods of creating the looks. And but most of the looks, I would be cycling around London trying to get different fabric swatches, like going like from east to west to south, just literally from fitting to fabric hunting and trying to find, like, it was the most creative time I've had. But it was so wild. My thighs were as bulky as from doing all the cycling. I was healthy. Basically a recycling shoe. And I was like trying to get them out. And the face that you see on the Rue face where she's like this, like trying to look in the edit. It's because they're sat so far away. She's actually trying to see what's come out of my shoes. And I was like, it wasn't like a face of disdain. It was more like, what's going on? And also, oh my God. So, oh my God, I don't know how much I can say. But I didn't have any time to prepare. Like, I had 1 hour to, like, from getting that script to get ready, get into that character and get in the zone and deliver. So, you know, it's not long at all to, like, do everything. So I feel like I did as best as I could.
When you said about the favoritism from other queens, or towards other queens, were there any in particular you felt were being favorited over you?
Um,